Look at that, Jared.
Hey,
Very nice.
Freedy.
Very nice instrumental rendition of Neon Repairman. There for this week's Tuesday Night Live with my dear friend Jared Nickerson and one of my oldest musical compatriots. And so this is great, Jared, that you are continuing my, the Hoboken Legends series, basically.
Thank you for having me in your home, away from home.
It's very nice. I'm watching the cat closely. He's got his foot on the camera tripod. It's like some kind of threat.
He's tormenting you in the way cats do.
I just hope that if it moves, it moves. But so anyway, for the sake of the lighting, I want to at least put my hat on. It's all about lighting. So we're here live on a Tuesday, and Jared, I don't have the reverb going on. I have the reverb. Jared, you're my second guest on this show.
Oh my goodness.
Jim Mastro did it a couple weeks ago from the Guitar Bar.
Hoboken royalty.
And I asked him a few questions that I normally just never would, because you're not going to corner someone and say, "Hey man, what was it like when what was your first song like?" It's kind of like it needs to be in this forum or in this environment. So I want to ask you questions like that, because I know some things, like you started in Ohio.
Oh my goodness, yes, I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, moved to Dayton. Yeah. Okay. I started playing bass in high school and did just like any other kid back then. You'd put the record on and then you would play along to the record. Sometimes in front of the mirror. Yes, it's true. Sometimes in front of the mirror.
Kind of always.
And you would learn the bass parts, and that's how you would get your basic, vocabulary, bass vocabulary. Until one day my father came in and he said, "What are you doing?" And I says, "Well, I'm learning, Shotgun by, Junior Walker and the All-Stars." And he says, "Well, I hear you, and you're playing it, note for note, but you know what you're really doing?" I said, "No, what am I doing, Dad?" He said, "What you're doing is you're just making that bass player famous."
What?
And at that time, I was like, exactly.
I didn't expect that.
A big, question mark went on top of my head, and I was like, I need to go eat some ice cream. And so then I thought about it. And what Dad was saying, and he explained it later, was that you need to develop your own sound. I understand, you need to get your vocabulary together, so you're learning these parts. But after you learn them, how would you play them? And that helped me develop my style really early. Like I play basically with my thumb. Mm-hmm. I've been playing with my thumb since the 60s. Occasionally I add 2 fingers in the last 10 years, almost like banjo
in the last 10
picking.
years, really?
Yep. Before then it was pretty much just the thumb.
So it took a few decades.
It did. And so there's a lot of stuff I can't do, but because of that, I do have a sound and a style because of my limitations. And I'm comfortable with that.
Jared, I love hearing that you're comfortable with your limitations. I really, it inspires me to be much more comfortable with my limitations. That's fascinating because I've always, being a singer-songwriter, I think I can do all those things, but I can't. But, I play bass, of course. I have one. And I've never understood how you can just play with your thumb, though James Jamerson, right? One of the greatest of the greats, did it that way. But you have that ability to be so fast. And I don't think when you played with me, I don't think you were doing the claw hammer thing.
Well, no.
That's a new development.
It's for the other people who need that. But you don't need that. You need some rock solid, good old time bass playing.
Pretty much.
Which is why I love you.
I love you, Jared. It's great to talk to you, man. But continue your story. There's a
well. I
don't want to interrupt you.
There's not much more after that. I mean, I'm not going to go through my life history.
Well, that's fine.
On the bass.
Well, no.
But let's talk about this.
Well, we can talk about. Jared brought a whole bunch of memorabilia. Thank goodness Jared saved stuff from the. I realize this mic needs to be.
I saved everything.
You save everything, and that's fantastic because there's some stuff here I have not seen forever. And this is a flyer. When I used to play the rodeo bar.
This is where I first played with Freedy Live at the rodeo bar.
I used to make these at work with the fluorescent paper and put them up somewhere. I'd put them up in the city. After work, I'd go put them up, on 3rd Avenue. I mean, that's really what happened. But Jared, when I met you, it was through our friend Jimmy Lee.
Jimmy Lee.
I first, here in Hoboken, my first collaborator was Jimmy Lee. And still great friends. I haven't seen him for a long time.
He's doing good.
He was in Vienna, right?
I think he's here now.
Oh, good. Okay. I don't mean good, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm glad he's nearby. But Jimmy Lee introduced me to you. And did we start doing trio gigs or something?
I think we did, and we even did a few duos. And the only thing I can remember about the rodeo bar was that big buffalo.
Yeah.
And back then, you could press on a little pedal, and smoke would come out its nose. And I was just like, what?
It was an attraction. It was. They had the worst Tex-Mex food maybe I've ever had. I've made the mistake of ordering a vegetable burrito, Jared. They were frozen vegetables, dude. Imagine. Anyway, so that was a sad night.
This is back in the 90s, too, though.
This was a 90s thing, yeah. But the rodeo bar was a great place to play. It worked out fine. Eventually, we were packing the place. And so that was a good feeling.
Yeah, it was a good place.
I've worked out a lot of songs there. And since there was no backstage, many times, many of the songs on Can You Fly, you could have, if you had known me at the time, you would have seen me walking up and down the sidewalk outside the rodeo bar reciting the lyrics to my songs so I could remember them, because I had a lot of trouble early on remembering lyrics. I'm sure it was that way when I first started playing with you. I would just I didn't want to have them on paper there, but I couldn't remember them. But now I can. Anyway. So yeah, the rodeo bar was fantastic. And then of course, Jared and I played together during, I have to admit, everybody has their salad days, even though salad is not my favorite food. But the golden times when the great goddess Sheryl Crow was nice enough to invite me on the road and open up for her when she was at the height of her height.
That's right.
And I was such a, whatever. I'm sorry, Sheryl. I love you. Whatever.
That was right after I think she won 4 Grammys.
She was so
for the
awesome.
First record. All the shows were sold out.
They were all sold out.
The band
and yet
was
still,
very
Jared,
cool.
I found time to complain. You know that I did. And so, anyway, that's the whatever. But it was fantastic. It was really a beautiful time. And I'm glad you saved that.
Yeah, we had a good time with them. Funny story. So we do the last show, and I think it might have been in St. Louis or someplace. And Sheryl, who loved us, invited us all on stage to play the last song. And the last song of the evening was Steve Miller's The Joker. Great song. Mm-hmm. And we all plugged up, Mark Spencer, myself, and you. But Wally, who was Cheryl's drummer at the time, and I think he
Wally Ingram, great friend of the show, great. That's the first time I've said that. Anyway, everybody's keeping track.
Well, what
I've heard other people say it. I don't know what it means, but
from Sheryl to playing with David Lindley, was it?
Yeah,
as a duo, and they were played together for years and did great work. Well,
Wally's amazing.
Wally would not get off the drum kit and let Ron Pangborn on.
Oh, the great Ron Pangborn from Was Not Was.
From Was Not Detroit's Ron Pangborn.
A deep pocket player.
Deep pocket.
Like so deep you can fall down.
And maybe that's why Wally didn't get up off the chair.
It was the battle of the drummers.
That happens sometimes, folks.
It really does. It was like
behind the scenes. That does happen.
There are politics.
There are.
That was really fun. That was my first bus experience, or maybe the second one. Maybe it's probably the first one. And so that was interesting.
We were in a van for a lot.
We're in the van.
Up to that point.
Oh, okay. We're in the van. Yeah, well, the van, that is the van. I know the van. Well, I owned those vans. The vans I bought, right. There was a time, I guess you have to be young enough to have that much energy, but I owned 2 Ford Econoline 15-passenger vans and a freaking Audi, and I parked all 3 of them in the East Village, moving them for street cleaning. It was stupid. So eventually we parked the vans in the lot or at my manager's, but it was just dumb. I learned how to parallel park a bit. Anyway, Jared, I'm not talking about. Damn, this is your show, man. Let's talk about when we first met. We first started playing together. But really, I would like to hear your. Everybody wants to. I don't want to tell your life story, but like, what was your first band? I guess.
Oh, truthfully, my first band I created at my aunt's house in Cleveland, and we built a drum kit out of boxes, taped it together. I had one of those Silvertone guitars that the case was the amplifier.
Oh, those are nice. Yeah.
And we had an acoustic guitar, and we learned Beatle tunes.
Fantastic.
And played them for our, my aunt and her friends and everything. We had a little show and all that. And that's probably my first
Did you guys have a
gig.
name?
We didn't have a name. If we did, I don't remember, and that's probably a good thing. But that was probably maybe my first show. But I want to talk about us because, Freddie, we've been playing together since 91. We met, and then we recorded half of Can You Fly, and then you had No Violins as a radio hit in the Netherlands, and we went over there for like a tour. It was Kevin Salem, Brian Doherty, you, me, and Mark Zoltek as the manager, and we had a great time.
We had great shows.
We had great shows. I'll say it, the marijuana in the Netherlands back in those days was off the chain.
It wasn't fair to us poor New Yorkers, we're not used to it.
It was so good. And one of my best memories about that tour, Freed, is we did an afternoon show in a gazebo someplace. And this is how savvy Mark Zoltek was.
He was on it.
He was talking to someone and was introduced to a club promoter in a town close by. And he arranged for a gig that evening in the club, but also arranged for the local radio station to announce the gig. So we're like, let's go. We get there, it's in the basement. At that time, I was playing through an SVT 8x10 cab.
Oh, yeah.
And if anybody remembers those, they're like refrigerators, and the head itself weighs maybe 60 pounds or more. We had to carry all that stuff into the basement. We were not happy. The show went so well. The folks loved the show so much, they carried all our stuff out of the basement.
Thank goodness. Because it's harder to carry down.
That would have been 2 shows at the end of the day, carrying that stuff up like, 20 steps. And we didn't have to do a bit of
Dutch steps.
Yes.
Well, I'm just really amazed and grateful that you remember these things. Because clearly I was, I don't remember a lot of it. I just don't.
Do you remember the elephant?
And that's a big reason why I don't remember a lot of it. We a big elephant-shaped pipe made of pewter.
First time I smoked out of an apple was in the Netherlands. Thank you, Kevin.
We were a problem.
We were.
But the shows, I agree with you. Well, first of all, to give credit where credit's due, Mark Zoltek really organized that thing and pushed it, and so here's to Zolty for making that.
He did a great job
making that happen.
Thank you, Mark.
It's so he's not going to see this, but he would, but maybe he will someday. But what I mean is that it took a lot to organize that. That song, No Violins, Police, which is not a song that I sit around playing. They liked it. The Dutch liked it. They still play it over there once in a while. And so, we were really, really introduced to the road over there. I think that I want to talk a little bit about Can You Fly, because that's when we started recording. You weren't on the Trouble Tree. And so Vardon gave us money to do a record, and we spent it. But we'd only done 6 or 8 songs. And so then Zolty set up a tour of Holland. And in that 6-month, maybe 5-month period between the 2 recording periods, maybe more, actually, we worked up a bunch of new songs. And then, so the Can You Fly was done in 2 parts, is what I mean.
Yep.
So I hope you can back me up on that.
Yep, that's true. I did most of my recording, though, in the first part. Like Sincere, California Thing, Responsible, Wheels, I think were part of the first session.
Right.
Coming back because finances were tight and that Graham was doubling as producer, co-producer, because I guess Knut came on for the second half. I didn't play on any of the second half. And in fact, you played bass on a few of the songs. Yeah, I think you played
I don't think so. They wouldn't have let me do that.
My river son.
Oh, no. We'll get back with you folks. I don't think I did play bass on that album.
Well, we happen to have it right here.
Yeah, but actually, that's a good segue.
Get the first one, because that one has all the stuff on the back.
Because Jared tonight has kindly presented me with what I understand is one of many copies that he has
of the original
Can You Fly. The original Can You Fly vinyl. This is the original. You can see by the yellow spine there, the original Rough Trade license version. With the not quite, it's pretty much the similar back to the new, except for the text. But it's not clear vinyl.
And I'll tell you exactly what song you played on.
It couldn't have been a very difficult one. Let's check the comments here. I haven't even checked. Oh yeah, I don't know if we're gonna play any.
Can You Fly?
Oh really? Did I play that?
Can You Fly?
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna play the music tonight, you guys. Sorry, we'll have to see. I didn't know that I played bass on that.
Can You Fly?
Why would they let me do that?
Yes, sir.
Well,
Should we play a tune?
Yeah, we should do a tune. I mean, I could talk all night.
Folks, would you like to hear a tune?
I think
I can't hear you.
I think they would. But let's do Responsible, which your bass line is so important for, so integral to.
So now I will mess it up just for you.
No, don't do it. Whoa, wow, that's funny. That was a whole new. I was set for Neon Repairman still. I was in the Neon Repairman world. Pardon me. Yes, Jared, I do remember that one good thing about Mark, that when we were renting gear for Holland, he was, maybe stuff was cheaper then. It was very generous. Just ask for what you wanted. Like an 8x10 SVT bass rig is the only bass rig you ever need. And nobody ever has one in New York City because it weighs 400 pounds. But he just ordered it up, and the guys in Holland, loaded it in the van. And I said, I'd like an AC30, please. There you go,
And we had Paula.
Paula the roadie, she was awesome.
She was awesome.
She's still probably doing it.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, here we go, Jerry.
Okay.
Let's try that again, Jared. I want to get it right. She has gone to New York City. That old suitcase holds no funny stories. I packed it once on her first birthday.
and wasted shame has grown up with her. The streets are slick with dew and motor oil. A girl walks in and out of the morning sun. A barred window reflects a cloudless sky. No blue reaches those eyes. She has gone to New York City. Through that arch on a summer night, I went there once on her first birthday. Lay my burning head on the cool stone. It's raining blossoms down in the concrete park. A girl walks in and out of the evening shade. A broken angel weeps through a spray paint smile. No tears can reach me while I know I'm not responsible. 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 But I want somebody to lie and release me into the past. And I want to know what I knew, for the secret words to tell you that I know I'm not responsible. I know I'm not responsible. But I want somebody to lie and to lock me out of the years. And I want my problem again, for the secret word you will not hear. Good night, my dear. Good night, my cold little one. Has your dream begun? She has gone to New York City. She has gone to New York City. Very nice, Jared. Thank you, man. Let me. Thank you for doing that. I'm gonna briefly leave the stage. I have to get my
Christmas cup with water. Which I
Okay.
have over here. I'm dying. I've ended up using the Christmas cup consistently for the shows, Jared. It's become kind of a.
Festive spirit.
It's just a thing. Yeah, I do it now. It's part of the show, really.
It's a festive.
I mean, I'm working on, illusions, card tricks, things like that. Something to add to the show. Puppetry, perhaps.
Maybe belly dancing or something.
I'm not doing belly dancing.
Well,
It's not going to happen. So I know folks want to hear a lot of music, and we will play a couple songs, but we've got to share something. You were gonna share something about the. Sorry, your mic was down. About our road experiences.
Oh. Well, first of all, we did a lot of touring. Jamie Kittman became your manager, I believe. And at that time, his big act was They Might Be Giants. And, of course, what managers would do when they had an established act, when they had another act that was upcoming, they would put that act on to open up for the established act.
Mm-hmm.
So we had the privilege, really, of playing with They Might Be Giants.
So they're
with
huge crowds.
Huge.
Ardent crowds, yeah.
Packed houses. So we're excited. Our first gig, I believe, was on the West Coast someplace. And we come out to play, and we start to play. And the kids in the front, at the very front, started throwing pennies at us.
Those kids.
And so, of course, that can be a little disconcerting. You could get a little thrown off by that. But we played through the set, powered through the set, and then walked off stage and said, like, wow, they really, couldn't tolerate us enough that not only could, they could have just given us like the mean mug or turned their backs, but they threw pennies at us. But then when we walked out into the hall, to the folks who were in the back of the hall, they were all raving about the show. And then it made sense to us. The folks who were up front probably had waited in line the longest to be able to be up front. They're going to be the most ardent fans of whoever the headliner is.
Well, they're clearly the people with the worst parenting, because you just don't throw pennies.
And we couldn't get off the stage fast enough for them. So
those were the days of the Jews.
So I have to say, it toughened us up, and we became a really, really good band.
Yeah.
We became a really good band. And Freddie, we toured, we did two 9-month tours, pretty much back to back, between 92 and 93.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem possible, but we were out.
Well, just to have that many places to play. I really feel sad for bands these days, because that's where you really become a band. Getting out on the road, hitting night after night, working stuff out, and there's just really no place to do that these days.
It has changed.
So I'm not going to say, anything like back in the day or any of that stuff, but that's just the way it was back then, and I'm very happy we got to experience that. I got to experience that. We all got to experience that.
We got to experience one of the first South by festivals.
Austin.
When it was really early.
Liberty Lunch.
When it was very just a kind of a
neighborhood
thing. It was hilarious.
It was so much fun.
I remember doing a show, and there was nobody. Oh my goodness! Nobody in the.
Sorry, Cheryl.
That was Cheryl. Sorry, Cheryl. In the sand-floored venue, 10 minutes before our show, nobody, and I'm like, man, what is this jive-ass stuff? And they're like, don't worry. They're coming. There's a show nearby that is ending 5 minutes before yours. And I swear to God, he was right. Whoever it was, Kevin, I think, is like, and the place was full up. Like,
so much fun.
It was a good thing back then. I'm sure it's great now for different reasons. But it was pretty fun then.
Well, the reason you can never say back in the day It's because if folks weren't back there, it doesn't mean anything to them.
No, that's true. You don't want to.
So you know, the folks that experience South by Southwest now, it is what it is, and I'm sure it's a great time. But the idea of back then, you could just walk into any show. People just walk the streets till like 3 or 4 in the morning, and just, you know, it was so much fun.
Have you ever been to Folk Alliance?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
It's a, you know what it is?
No.
Sounds like an ad. I only went once, but it's a yearly or maybe every 2 years thing where the Folk Alliance folks, I think they might be Austin based. I'm sure I'm wrong. Take over a really patient hotel, usually like a fading kind of like convention hotel that will rent them out 3 floors for just total, you know, like the walls are pasted in. Well, what I mean is that every room is a venue. Like all these folks rent a room, they pay to take the furniture out and store it. They set up a PA, and they set up
Nice. So you go to room and hear different music
until the weeest of the hours, and so yeah, it's pretty much. Honestly, I got to say it. I'm just not of the right age to do that.
That's pretty cool.
But it's really amazing and I know people do it. I've met a guy, a great Freebo, a great bass player.
Yeah.
He was there, and
Bonnie Raitt's bass player.
Bonnie Raitt's bass player. So he was there. So it's not age. This is like, for me, it's like I can't do it. But I really loved seeing it. Anyway, we're going off too much here.
Well, you know, people in the Midwest have porch fests, where they have a neighborhood and they've convinced all the homeowners in that neighborhood for 3 or 4 blocks to let their porches be set up with different bands, and then people just traverse amongst the street and hear bands in different porches and backyards.
Yeah.
Dayton, Ohio just had one like just this past weekend.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So that it's sanctioned by the city, or the people just do it?
It is. The city approves it, but it's the Dayton, Ohio one is run by Peter Beckendorf, who has, I think it's Conservancy Now or something, has an organization that he's organized it, and I think it's maybe in its 5th year.
Wow.
And bands sign up, and then he arranges
Go porch to porch
PA systems, and for one day, it's on. Very cool.
I wish they'd do that here in the Heights.
It'd
I
be
don't
nice.
know if
But
it'll
it
work.
won't happen.
Jersey City Police would not let that happen.
No, they're not going to have it.
Can we do? Can you fly? You think, or do you, no? What did we plan to do?
We can do Sincere.
Sincere. Okay, let's do that. That's an old song. That's one of the earliest ones that Jimmy Lee and I would have done as a duo. Okay, here we go. This is going to be really super fun. Yeah, how's this go? Yeah, 2, 3.
Mister, can you tell me where I've come from? Look like hell to me. It took so long, and it's a frustration. Like I really need one, and the man at the station wouldn't help me at all. Help me at all. They think the Yankee's just a jerk. Well, this clown hopped his golden gloves. He ran out all ripped apart, holding that solid gold heart, holding that solid gold heart. lots of frustration. Like I really need one. And the man at the hotel has been breaking my bones. Breaking my bones. They think the Yankee's just a jerk. Well, this clown hawked his golden gloves. He ran out all ripped apart. Holding that solid gold heart. Holding that solid gold heart. Holding that solid gold heart. Holding that solid gold. Holding that solid gold heart. Gold heart. Gold
Very nice.
Yes, yes,
It's an old song that kind of stands the test of time. It's in that era when, I don't know, I was writing a bunch of songs, Jared, a bunch of demos that just honestly weren't quite, up to snuff. And finally, I wrote Tucum Carry. And that was a song that I was, unashamed to play for people.
That's a
and then
great song.
Sincere was maybe soon after that. But so let's see what else do we need to tell the folks about? The Can You Fly period was the key period, of course. But we did some shows after that.
We did. I think my last show with you for a minute was actually March '93. We were in Chicago. Okay, story.
You're like
March
a
'93. We were in
computer.
Chicago, and I got a call
It's all
from
computer.
Living Colors manager, Roger Kramer, and he asked me if I wanted to audition for an English band called The. And I told him I listened to a few of the tracks. I said, sure.
Yeah.
And he says, okay, well, it's tomorrow or the next day. I said, well, first of all, there's a snowstorm, and it's going to take us a few days to get back. We're on the road. And the blessed thing was the fact that the snowstorm kept Matt in town. He was flying out. And I was going to miss the audition, but I didn't miss it because he couldn't fly out. I did it the next week. I got the gig, and we toured for like 9 months, and all kinds of stuff happened during that. But after that, then I came back to you, and
For the
in '94.
Never Home, maybe, or something.
And this you were still
knows?
writing off of The Perfect World.
Perfect World,
Because
yeah.
we did TV, we did like the Jon Stewart show,
that's right,
and
yeah.
did a few other things. We did,
Conan.
to a few other things. But I mean, it's like right back on the road, like I had never left. So thank you for that blessing, because I went away for a year, and you could easily have moved on. But there was
That was a fun time. That is it's
That was a
I
great
know we're a
band.
couple old dudes sitting around reminiscing, but it was a fun time. It's worth remembering. Damn it, that was awesome. The tour you missed, the later one, we'll talk about that sometime. We won't waste the show on it. But where we had the worst bus in the world, the cheapest bus, opening for Sean Colvin. Boy, that was rough. But so Jared, let's do another song.
Okay.
Unless we have something that's just popping into your memory, because your all computer memory is really amazing tonight. I do want to show a couple of these, more of these things, please.
Sure.
If you could do some more show and tell.
We did a nice European tour, and here's one of the adverts.
Show it to the folks there, Jared, if you wouldn't mind. Now, all you folks are going to want to send in your cards and letters and your dollar bills to.
We were in Dublin.
Post Box 1492.
Did Wheelings.
You can't believe you keep this. It's so lovely. Whelan's, what a place. I remember being completely sober at Whelan's. I was completely sober.
Criminal.
I was not falling down drunk
played the
at
world
4 a.m.
famous
at all.
Roskilde Festival.
Oh, that was fun. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that was a fun time. Hey, folks, this is an Antiques Roadshow here. Anyway, but I remember the Roskilde Festival. That was crazy with Wilco.
Oh, the time we opened up, we didn't open. We actually did co-bills.
It was co-bill, but the Wilco show at Roskilde was just crazy. Anyway, but let's play a song. Well, I'll just say it just briefly. I mean, it's worth talking. We're musicians. We can talk about these things. At Roskilde, they have the big tents that are a couple hundred yards apart. I don't know. And they're all lit from inside with different colors, so you know what tent to go to at night. And so I remember walking toward like the red or the blue tent, and War was playing. And it's just the start of The World is a Ghetto, with the wah-wah guitar. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I don't know who, me and Spencer, or Mark Spencer. I'm not sure, but it was just amazing. It's this story is not impressing anybody, but to see War live that night at Roskilde, they were just so incredible. Every song sounded like the record, and they were just on fire. The Danish people brought it out of them. European crowds are rabid.
Well, they know the material.
You have to get your shots before you go over there.
Yeah, if they come to see you, it's because they know you, not they stopped in for a beer or they stopped. No,
yeah,
they know your material, and they love you.
It's so good.
It's crazy.
They know your country's music more than most people that I know. But you got to laugh about it. I hope Dutch people laugh about it. But the thing that I've learned about the lovely blunt Dutch is that the typical fan, Freddie Johnston, that was a very good show, except for the fourth song, which was not good at all. It's like, thanks, man. I feel so good. But he means it because like I like the show, but I'm not going to own the fourth one anyway. So that was a great, I was on the road in Holland before I was on the road here. It was weird.
So a funny thing, Freed, is I always say that if you have a really, really good show in the States, nobody says anything about the show. It's like if you have a mediocre show or an okay show, they're like, oh, that was a great show. Oh, yeah, you guys rocked. You guys burned it up. If you have a really good show, people don't talk about the show at all. They say, well, when we going fishing, or there's a nice taco bar down the street or something. They'll talk about anything but the show. Weird, but okay.
Just don't listen to him, man. Don't let it get to you, man.
Well, I'm my biggest critic. So I know when it's a good show. I know when the show sucks. But I will say one thing. What I learned with you was that a lot of bands, the quality of the show depends on their playing. But with a really, really good songwriter as yourself, the song, if you just do the song decent service, it's going to be great. If you really kill the song, it's going to be otherworldly. But if the songs are strong, they will get you through. So thank you for that, Freed.
Oh, Jared, you're making me tear up, man. Seriously.
Let's take a break. Camera, makeup.
Sarah, wake up. She's got to work in the morning.
Oh, union break? Sorry to bother you.
That means so much. Jared, I tell you, I love you, man. I will say this. There's a I don't know if Danny Korchmar made up this quote. I'll just say that I'll attribute it to him, but because he quoted it to me. He said, "I'll tell you how to make a good record. Give me 10 good songs." It's so fucking funny. It's like, oh, okay, you're right.
The hardest thing is the easiest thing.
It's just like, yeah, give me taking songs. We're done. So that really is that's a real high compliment, man. Because I do, as you know, I spend far too many gray hairs and years of my life taken off just worrying about the songs to get them. It's a problem. I've got a problem with songwriting. I admit it. I can't just let them go. But when I do get them done, I'm happy with them. Let's. I'm seeing here. I should keep you apprised of what's going on. Jerry Fallow says hi, first of all.
Hey, Jerry.
And she says there's a Porch Fest in Asbury Park.
What?
Hell yeah, man.
Love Porch Fests.
I would love to do that. There's a lot of things going on in the summer. There's a great town called, is it Hamilton in southern Jersey? Please correct me. I think it's Hamilton. It's down in the Pine Barrens, and it's a really old school Italian town. Like, you can get fresh mozz and bread like you can't get in Hoboken, or you could get. You still can.
Yeah.
You can still,
You can.
of course, down there. And it's supposed to be a great place to go. Yeah, why am I mentioning this? I'm just rambling. I'm mentioning it. No, it's because our departed brother Mark Lipsitz, his cousin, does a Daredevil motorcycle show there every summer.
What?
And I want to make sure that we don't miss it. I think it's later in August. I met his cousin this is worth hearing, I guess. I met his cousin last February when I stayed at his cousin's house in Florida. And his cousin's great. He's a, we're on the opposite ends of the political spectrum, even though, that's fine. But he's we could still, smoke weed together. So that's fine. but he has one of these old school wall of death motorcycle rings. Have you seen, from like the 30s motorcycles and it's a big wooden barrel basically that he puts together at every venue, and then he rides the damn
That's
things.
so dangerous.
And so that's worth going down to see whenever that happens, maybe in September or August down in Hamilton. But please correct me on the name of the town. We're just giving the people all the.
Folks, mark your calendars.
But can we do the lucky one, or what else did we learn?
I'd be fortunate to be able to do that. Yes, let's do that.
Okay. Well, what else did we learn?
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you got this. Okay.
Walking from the bus stop, couldn't wait to get walking to the bus stop. Couldn't wait to get on. I know I am the lucky one.
Very nice, Jared.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you, man. That's really that I could do that every night. Could play with you every night, man. I wish there was the way to do it.
Well,
You know,
it's going to happen. Somebody's going to, you know.
We don't need to. Yeah, we don't need to tell the folks about the biz. The biz is the biz. But we can talk about some happy things. I mean, you've been playing with your band Burnt Sugar has been around for a long time.
It's been around a long time. It's actually Jimmy Lee. Jimmy Lee has been very instrumental in my life because he introduced me to you. And when Greg Tate, who was the founder of Burnt Sugar, wanted to put together a band, he spoke to Jimmy, and Jimmy recommended me to him.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I was one of the first members of Burnt Sugar. It was myself, Vijay Iyer, and Trevor Holder, and Bruce Mack, and Simi Stone, and Ronnie Drake, and a few others. We got together and jammed, and the concept of Burnt Sugar is basically Greg wanted a band that had Parliament Funkadelic and Sun Ra musical capabilities, but he wanted to use Butch Morris's conduction system, which is but a baton and hand signals to create seemingly scripted music out of improvisation. And just to give folks an example of that is, so you have an ensemble and you ask a particular player to solo. And then as they're soloing, if the conductor hears a particular phrase that they really like, the conductor would give this signal, a C, which means to repeat that phrase. Then once that phrase is in repetition, then the conductor can get other players on that phrase. And from then you have your basic motif that you can construct a song. You can, through finger signals, move what is the current root to the third, to the fifth, to the seventh, wherever you want to. And then you get people to solo over that, and then you just, and there's all kinds of other signals involved. I mean, there's a book where there's like maybe 120 signals. So this is what Greg built the band on. And we started in 1999, right after I got finished with my real touring and all that. And the band exists to this day. He passed in 2021.
Oh, he did? I didn't know that.
Rest his soul in peace.
Rest in peace. Greg Tate, I didn't know that.
He did great work. His work will always be with us.
I always thought of him as a writer.
Exactly.
I didn't know that he was a conductor.
Yes, he was, and he was a great guitar player.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's known as a writer and a critic, but he wrote some really nice songs. I think there's songs of his that you would really enjoy just from the craft aspect of them.
So what is Burnt Sugar now that he passed? Is it someone taking over the conducting?
Yes. We just did a residency with Vernon Reed at the Stone, and Vernon conducted the band for 3 nights. He's conducted the band a number of times.
So he knows all the stuff?
See, the thing is, everybody can create their own signals.
Oh, my God.
Their own sign language.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, you could get up there and wiggle your nose and somebody will do something.
Oh, my goodness.
So the band is still thriving.
That's...
Yeah. So I'm blessed with that.
Well, so that is something I did not know at all. How Burnt Sugar is constructed. I knew there was a kind of a Sun Ra, like you said, Sun Ra funkadelic angle, but I thought that, obviously what I thought doesn't matter, but that Greg was doing spoken word over that, but there was no vocal at all?
Oh, no, there's all kinds of vocals.
Oh, there was all kinds of vocals.
He didn't really sing on any of the songs. And in fact, I mean...
But he wrote?
He wrote a lot of material.
But he had singers, kind of like funkadelic?
All kinds of singers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
At least maybe 15 or 20 singers have been through the band. Oh, a lot of horn players,
Well, you told me that you went on the road recently, right? With
Yeah.
oh, how many people? It was over 10.
Yeah, we were 12, I think, altogether. We did a little Northeast tour.
And you were booking the hotels and stuff.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I've gotten, to be handy with all of that. Because I just realized I've played as a sideman with other people, and I noticed how the money that would actually come to the musicians had been siphoned off from what the original guarantee was for everybody. Freddie, people make so much money off of musicians. I won't say it's criminal because a lot of them do a really good job, but a lot of it you could do yourself. And if you do it yourself, then all that money comes to you. Now it's not easy because as with anything, there are clubs. And if you're not allowed in that club, then you don't have access to those gigs or those opportunities. And that's just the way it is in life in general.
Certainly for booking, yeah.
Yeah, but there's certain things that you can do.
For booking and for live.
Yes. There's certain things you can do, and then you can pass on that money to the band. And the band is constructed in a very fiscally responsible way in the fact that everybody is an independent contractor. So basically, the only owners of the business originally were Greg and myself. And then we could basically pass the money on to them and not bear the tax burden because as independent contractors, they have to report they legally have to report the money themselves. And a lot of times we wouldn't make any money because we would just pass it on, and we both were fortunate to have other things that made us money so we could do that. But the bands have always been well paid. And I'm pretty proud about it.
Oh, really? So you actually get paid?
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
I've forgotten what that's like, but that's really good to hear.
For that Northeast tour, I think everybody made about $1,200 for like 8 days or something like that.
Yeah, that's actual paycheck.
Yeah,
that's
real
great.
money. Real money.
Man. Well, that's really inspiring that you are doing your own booking. And booking of hotels, getting the gigs, and then dealing with all the 12 people.
But there's some places, there's some people who I can't get to.
Yeah.
There's places, but there are some people who love us and have had us for multiple times, like Will K. Wilkins at Real Artways, Claudia Bestor at the Hammer Museum in L.A., Philip Byther at the Walker Arts Center in Minneapolis. There's a number of folks that are really big fans.
Great.
Laura Greer, who was the head of programming at the Apollo, Freddie, she actually changed our lives. Because up to 2010, we were basically living off the conduction, live improv conduction. And it was like a new thing. We were like the new kid on the block. But then everybody started to do it. And 1999 to 2010, 11 years later, it wasn't so new. Laura wanted to do a tribute to James Brown at the Apollo, but she didn't want to hire a cover band. So she spoke to Greg, hired us, and we twisted up James Brown's songbook.
Oh, wow, you did your treatment.
And that opened up a whole new avenue of performances for us, where folks presenters, if they weren't sold on the fact that they could sell their audience Burnt Sugar, they could sell their audience Steely Dan being reimagined.
Oh, I love that.
Or Fleetwood Mac being reimagined, and so we've had up through Jordana Lee at Lincoln Center. We've probably, over the years, maybe 15 to 20 performances.
Really?
So
you guys then, if you guys make you bring the folks in. You can afford to fly in for gigs.
But I have to say that Lincoln Center is something else.
That's crazy.
The job that they're doing, entertaining the people, is really something else.
Yeah, they're great people that play that series. I mean,
I have to get you in there.
Nick Lowe was there not that long ago, right? We
have to get you in there.
I don't know. Sure. I don't know. I shouldn't whine. I need an agent first. I'll find an agent. Still looking for an agent, folks.
They're just going to take your money.
I know. Well, I just can't do the booking myself. I just am not good at it, and I've been told by too many clubs that they'd rather not deal with the artist. It's hard enough to deal with the artist at showtime. But yeah, do we have another song we can do for the folks?
I don't know.
Anything at all? Don't want to throw you on a curveball.
Well,
Mortician's Daughter, or Not Can You Fly, or Remember Me.
oh my Lord.
Well, we can do Neon Repairman.
Okay.
Because we had done that at the top of the show. There's no reason. It's 3 chords.
Okay.
So we'll take the folks out with the whole version of Neon Repairman. Well, so we're gonna. All right, we're gonna do Neon Repairman.
Okay.
Oh, come on now. I'm sorry, Jerry.
I am a repairman of neon lights. Driving this town almost every night. Climbing way up where the neon's found. And I hear you there in that neon sound. I am a neon repairman. It's all I've ever done, man. The darkness is my friend. I am a neon repairman. The Horseshoe Bar, yes, I know it well. The Coffee Cup Diner and the Palm Motel. I see you everywhere in the neon glow. And I need you more than want you, as the story goes. I am a neon repairman, working through the night, man, and coming home at night again. I am a neon repairman.
thank you, Jared. You know, I wrote that song when I lived in Austin, Texas, because there were a lot of neon lights there, and I made the comment that there must be a lot of neon repairmen. And so somebody challenged me to write the song, which took a while, but I did. And I thought it was just a joke song, but ended up being a fan favorite. And then, of course, a guy came up to me at a show and said, "Hey, man," I mean, this really is just. Oh, Mark Spencer's checking in. Hello, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
But it was pretty. You know, it's Texas, just like this. Like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" I was like, "You wrote that song about me?" I was like, "Are you? Yeah, I'm a neon repairman." I'm like, "Yeah, I did." You know, I was joking around. "Yeah, I wrote that about you." I said, "Oh, no, you didn't, you damn fool. I don't work at night. I ain't got that kind of insurance." So he just burst
Probably
the
had a
bubble.
Dutch heritage.
Could have had a Dutch, Jared. That's a great connection there. Thank you.
He was
That
just
could be
too-
some of the bluntness of the Texans could be related
My
to some Dutch
Goodness, that's pretty blunt.
Dutch heritage.
That's pretty blunt.
Oh my goodness, that's really funny.
It's always more blunt in Texas.
Well, but you know, there's also the thing in Texas where maybe the most dismissive thing they could say is, "Well, bless your heart." Where you wouldn't really hear that in Jersey City. If you heard that, it would be really funny. Like if somebody said, "Well, bless your heart," you know, it'd be like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
whatever that means, you know. It would be very sarcastic. Let's say that. But well, Jared, unless you know, we don't have any other songs we can play.
Well, I think we've given the people what they wanted. And,
You've given me what I want. I wanted a lot of answers to some questions, and I'm glad I got them. I mean, I didn't really quiz you about Ohio, you know, but that's you know, and well, the fact that you're playing with fellow Ohioan, no, I'm sorry, he's a Michiganer, Marshall Crenshaw.
Oh, my time with Marshall.
Were you recently playing with him?
No, it was a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
But we did a few months as a trio with Dan Hickey, and as you know, Marshall he's a great songwriter. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
But what people don't know is he is a fabulous guitar player.
Oh, dude, he's a shredder. He's a jazz level shredder. Yeah.
And when you get inside his songs, that's the other thing that's really cool about his songs, Freddie, is that they sound like pop songs, but you get inside and have to play them, and there are so many changes.
Or there's changes where you don't expect them.
And major to minor and you know, augmented, diminished, and it's like, oh my goodness.
Do you know Mary Ann? Mary Ann? You don't know that one?
Oh, no, I don't know that one.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic Planet of Love,
Oh, that's a hard one.
is one.
That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
So you don't
it's
know the
crazy.
old ones like Someday, Some Way or...
Oh yeah, we did that.
Okay, let's do that.
Oh, I don't. Oh no.
Throwing a curveball at you?
Yeah, it is kind of throwing a curveball.
Okay, I won't do that then. I thought maybe you knew it.
Look at you. You want five. That was.
Believe me, Jared,
20,
I understand
2020.
when people... I did an all-request show of my songs last week and just dropped the ball because I couldn't remember. Didn't know half of them. So I'm with you, man.
Well, you know, we did Vernon turned 67. He wanted to do a show to honor 1967, and we did a psychedelic show. We did Whiter Shade of Pale, Respect. What's the Buffalo Springfield hit? For What It's...
Oh, yeah, For What It's Worth.
Yeah. White Rabbit.
That's intense.
That's a great song.
That's a great bass song.
That's a great bass song.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah. Played with an acoustic bass, and I played harmony
great.
to the original line.
Awesome.
It was pretty, yeah. Oh, well. If you weren't there, you weren't there.
You weren't there. Well, Jared, thank you for being the guest on the show. It's been an honor, and I'm glad to hear to know the background now without having to quiz you sometime.
Yeah, well.
And I'm glad that I know the folks enjoyed it.
We're neighbors. I'll come by any time.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can make this into a real hootenanny, and we can get 5 or 6 people in here. And
yeah, we're still looking
tear
for
it up a little bit.
location. Yeah, then folks can come and sit in.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's.
Have audience sing-alongs.
I've seen it done before. It's like it would be the video. This is nothing new. You know, when John Bryan did that thing out at Largo in L.A. Where
Right.
Every week, and he had people, anybody that was there would come up, you know, and he knew everybody's songs anyway. The guy was ridiculously talented. But anyway, thank you, Jared. This is fantastic.
Freddie had a great time.
Love you, man. And hope to see you within days. And thank you, folks, for tuning in. We'll see you next week. I'm going to put up the gigs that I have coming up. And see you next Tuesday. I'm out at Eric Amble's studio, Cowboy Technical, in Brooklyn next week. So I'll see you then. I've got another guest. All right, folks. See ya. Touring, and letting the kids know, this is how it's.
But they missed out.
That they kind of missed out in a way. I'm sorry, yeah. Anyway, man, that was really fucking fun. That's maybe the funnest show